Gravy, baby.
Welcome to Gravy, baby. Baby. Gravy biscuits and bitches. Biscuits and bitches. That sounds like actually, that sounds like a really good strip club in Atlanta. Hi, DJ. How you doing?
Pretty good. Hanging out.
Yeah, I do see the hammock action. I love a hammock. I don't like the ones that they tried to peddle that have a stand. I don't trust the stand.
This has got to stand.
That one's got to stand. We had one. It was it felt like fucking fishing line, but it was hung between two trees, and it was taut enough where if you were, I don't know, maybe a kid like I was, you could flip in that bitch pretty easily. But man, once you were in there proper, god damn it, you couldn't get me out of it. I fucking loved it. I love slowly rocking back and forth in the woods. I mean, that sounds like I'm mentally ill, but I am, so.
This has got like all the morning glories, so you can see like all the morning glories. And so all that's lights. It's here, and like all the lights beam up. So you lay in the.
Oh, so I bet at night it's nice. I hope you guys are watching on YouTube. By the way, make sure you guys like and subscribe. Hit that smash that subscribe button. Make sure you guys are subscribed on the old YouTubes and patreon.com/gravybabypod. Is there a new conspiracy babies coming up or no?
Oh, I don't know. I got caught up in work. It's not really. I probably should or something. We could do something. I've been doing a new series called "Dabbing on the Sus Lords" on Patreon, and you check that out. But yeah, I don't know. We get together and shoot the shit or whatever. It doesn't have to be about conspiracies.
Fair enough. What up, Gravy Daddy? Hi, Drew.
What up?
How you doing?
Hey, and green.
I am. They changed me in the rooms. I think it's because I do my podcast. This is Gravy Baby. I do my podcast, No Sir Pod in this room, and he was like, this way it would be easier for me to not have to change rooms because we have a tight turnaround today. So I don't know if this is a permanent change or what, but it does. As it's been pointed out, my coat goes really well with this room. So it's as fuzzy as the couch I'm on. Again, YouTube, make sure you're subscribed. Yeah.
From here, both look like crushed velvet. Are they?
Well, this is like a fuzzy, so maybe even it's not velvet. It's definitely more of like a teddy bear texture, less velvet. Velvet, I would be nothing but I would be touching it nonstop. So, but the couch has the velvet.
I mean, what's the difference between velvet and velour?
I'm actually not Italian enough to answer that, so I don't rightfully know.
Well, call it uncle, dude. Fuck.
I'm only half, man. I don't know all the secrets.
It's funny because I just sent my gay friend a dick pic. I'll explain in a minute. Not my own dick. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? I'm got my Italian friend. Tell me about velour. Like, look, I'm out here going 90s style, trying to get my information analog.
From the source, it's that old chestnut where you only eat at a restaurant where the people are the ethnicity of the restaurant. Listen, it's never steered me wrong.
I don't know. I think Mexicans make the best Chinese food in America anyway. I'm sure real Chinese food, that's not true. But if we're talking about, buffet style.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stick to my 90s trope and go. Cause I've definitely had good. It's been good, but there's nuance. I used to be married to a Chinese guy, and he worked at several Chinese restaurants. There's a bit different.
What the fuck did you just say?
What?
He has to be married?
Yeah. You know
I don't
that.
think I knew that.
Yeah, you did.
I don't think so. I don't think I knew
Well, look,
you guys
it's
went to
just like the
courthouse.
Disney story. I've mentioned it once. I'm never going to mention it
Oh,
again.
yeah. Never. Okay. My bad. I guess I was thinking of like, oh yeah, I mean, I knew you had some serious relationships. I guess I didn't know you went to the courthouse. Now I know what you're talking about. You're talking about crime. My bad.
So, what's up with you guys? How you been?
Good.
Nice. Good date answer. One word. No follow-up. No context. Hard stop.
Well, I was leaving. Drew, how have you been, Drew?
No.
You said you had a big story to tell.
Yeah, you
I
never
do
did.
have-
You never finished it. That's true.
I've been fine. I can't. I don't want to get into it right now, but I've been fine. There's just been something really
Wait, okay, finish the dick.
Halloween-esque.
Finish the
I'm
dick.
going to talk about the dick.
Okay.
I'll get back to the dick. Let me do this first, because if I do this last, then we'll just be on it.
Okay.
There's been something like weirdly Halloween about my particular brand this week of watching the Empire crumble. Like they shot a priest in the forehead with that bellet, and then they maced that guy in the dinosaur outfit. And it's like, okay, well, it's finally getting fun at least.
Yeah.
At least it's finally getting fun in a weird way.
At
But I
least the
was thinking too,
propaganda
like-
is themed now. So now we have seasonal propaganda.
It's Halloween. And I was looking at that too, and I was like, how is anyone seeing this and being like, those are the good guys, the ones shooting the priest and the guy in the dinosaur costume. But I mean, I know how, but it's just a funny thought I've been having. I've been in a fine mood, not a great one. If you're asking how my mood's been, if you're asking how my life's going, nothing has changed. My kid still rules. I still live in cultural hell. So I was being a pervert on the internet recently.
Nice.
And other perverts had posted a perverted picture of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And
make sure you guys join the Discord. Mm-hmm.
And it was like, I want you guys to understand when I tell you this too. This was just like a regular, like, we like to show off as a couple type post. It wasn't BDSM. There was no explanation at all. It was 3 pictures. Only one showed the man's penis. The penis was erect, and the head was fused.
What?
To the dick.
Oh, like there was no lip, there was no ledge, there was no head to. It was just.
You could see the edge through opening. Look, I went through a lot of perverted friends on this one. Key Bump, shout out. Put forth the fullest explanation that I think everyone has agreed upon.
Okay.
Which is that this was a man who was fully circumcised, but while it was healing, it refused partially. No one noticed, it was bandaged or whatever. And then by the time it fully healed, it had just partially refused. And then, they didn't do anything about it. And now he's a grown man, and that's just what his penis looks like. And it's not like grotesque. It's just like, what is this? Because it's so symmetrical. It almost looks like body modification. But I couldn't quite, but it was like, but how?
But you gotta describe it better. So you're talking about, does it look like? So it looks like a vibrator you would get at Spencer's now. It's just straight all the way up like a torpedo. No head. No.
All right, let me tell you this way. This is what some people thought it was, but there's reasons this is wrong. It looks like during the circumcision, instead of completely circumcising, they kind of like just cut holes in the foreskin.
Holes in it?
I'm just going to send you the picture, Carmen. You're better at this kind of thing than me anyway. Once you see it, you'll be like, oh, and then you'll like, so here comes the dick, Carmen.
Okay,
and it's not mine.
Thank you for giving me a heads up. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Did you already show DJ?
No, DJ doesn't like stuff like this.
Yeah, there's no.
And I respect that about him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I think Key Bump's right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
The first time I saw it, I was like, what? Anyway, I genuinely wasn't planning on bringing that up. I just
it's almost like the head's being tied down like a tarp to the base.
Oh, that's a good way.
To the shaft.
Yeah, like it's gonna fly away.
Yeah.
It's gonna get
like,
away in a sandstorm, so they staked it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
If you guys want, I'll post it in the Not Safe for Work in the Discord if you guys want to see it for context.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I really wasn't planning on bringing that up. It was funny that I was asking my Italian friend about velour while my gay friend was texting me. I don't know what's up with that dick. I've seen a lot of them. I've never seen that. I got that right. Anyway, that's it. It's DJ's turn again.
DJ.
Well, I tell you, not a lot of dicks going on. I thought that dick story was gonna be so different. That is not what I anticipated.
Well, tell me what you think it is, because that might be more fun to play with than this.
I just thought it was going. I mean, I don't know where you think somebody's sending pictures of a dick was just going to be like. Looks like a tarp. I thought literally it was going to be like an extra tentacle on a person or something. You know what I'm saying? Wildly.
Yeah. No, it wasn't circus freaky. I think if I'd seen that, obviously I would be more like, what the hell? But I don't think I would show anyone. I think I would just be like, well, damn.
Oh, I know what that is. Oh, yeah. It's just like an anomaly that you notice, and you're just like, wow, this is a new
one. This is a new one. Haven't seen this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it had been circus freakish, I'm not a person who likes to do that. I'm not someone who's like, can you believe this? I was genuinely going, I don't know what has happened here.
Right.
And they didn't say anything about it in their post.
Right.
And the photo seems as if it was photographed with that particularly to put in the photo. Like if it's not, it doesn't look like it's happening all the way around.
I zoomed in so you could see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send you the original. I don't think they were trying. I think they think it's relatively normal. And by the way, again, Senior Kebop, when he got it correct, he said a buddy of mine growing up had one fusion. I've never seen this many, but that's what his one looked like. So I think you've got a refused foreskin situation.
Gotcha. Okay.
A lot of people were like, botched circumcision. And I was like, that's not a good enough explanation for me, because what are you suggesting the doctor has done here? Accidentally just poked fucking holes in it like it's a perforated edge? What are you saying? So it's botched in the sense that they let it reheal.
Yeah. They didn't keep pushing. You have to keep pushing the skin back. They didn't do that part. Fair enough. Yeah, I think if it was a stranger thing, but it was just normal enough where you were like, I don't know what happened. I'm just curious.
They're kind of acting like it's normal. I really don't know here. I will say I wouldn't have sent DJ a dick no matter what, because I know he would want to. The only chance I may have is if it would have been a tentacle. The only outside chance ever send
fair enough.
Like fair enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would have to be so outside of the realm of sexuality. Like it would have to be more medical than sexual.
No, maybe, but this was definitely medical for me.
Sure,
right.
I just mean
that's a difference, right?
Outer worldly, I suppose, is what I mean.
I sent this to people because I was genuinely like, what's going on here? And I was mildly entertained. If I sent a tentacle dick to DJ, it would just be for entertainment purposes. Like the calculus in my mind would be like, would DJ find this entertaining? I think he might, and hit send, or I might go, I don't think he would, and I wouldn't. With the people that I sent this to, I even prefaced it in a way that I knew they would hit them. I was like, listen, I don't know what's going on here. You're about to get a weird dick from me. Y'all are my coolest friends when it comes to dicks. And even the ladies I sent it to were like, oh, that feels pretty good. Go ahead.
I think the only concern for me, other than like obviously it's when you don't know what's going on, it's confusing seeing it, but at the same time would be the thing would be like to keep it clean. I feel like it might be more difficult.
I've been thinking about that, Carmen. I didn't know if we were going to get into it, but I can't stop thinking about that, because going back to your tarp theory, are those, as you're suggesting with the tarp theory, strings holding the head down, or are they completely connected? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's almost like the striation or something from
Are those waffle pockets or more like netting?
You know what I love about this podcast is you never really know what you're gonna get. A lot of times, especially if week after week, you might be like, "Oh, they're gonna talk about the crumbling empire or a way that we're getting fucked," and then sometimes it's just whimsical, weird dick chat. You know, I do love that we're kind of a dice roll. I really do. You're welcome. You're welcome, audience.
Mark. We're gonna title this one Waffle Pocket.
I thought we were gonna go with seasonal propaganda.
See, that's where you went wrong. When you think we're gonna zig, we're gonna hide it.
Yeah. So what's it then?
What's what?
You said there was something that was it. You didn't want to talk about it yet.
Oh no. I started with them shooting the priest and the dinosaur.
You have to give me that context. I don't even know what you're talking about. I did not see that at all.
In Chicago, ICE was on a building and this priest was basically like trying to shame him, and they just shot him with a rubber bullet. They just shot a priest in the top of the head in front of everybody.
Oh wow.
And then in Portland, these people were out there in those like inflatable Halloween costumes where you're inside it, but it blows up and they're dancing. And some dickhead, I mean, I'm sure if you love ICE, this was very funny. It was a very like 12-year-old, oh, nice move, dude. Mm-hmm. He went up and put pepper spray into the opening in the back. Mm-hmm. And then I was saying that if we start there, or if we end there, we're going to transition into the crumbling empire.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of the things I saw was that there was a group of people surrounding I don't know, some sort of outfit like that was just going, "Arrest me, daddy, arrest me, daddy." And it was a mob of probably like 70 people, and these they did not know how to handle it. They did not know how to handle it at all.
I assume that was in Portland.
Yes, I assume it didn't have where it was, but I was here for it. Listen, we might not be as good at revolution as Nepal, but we're pretty funny about it. I will say that.
Yeah, I would say Portland could compete with them. Although I don't think it was DJ. One of my friends has convinced me that the Nepalese revolution was.
Oh, it totally was. All these revolutions totally me. Dude, it was totally me. I probably it totally was. All these. This is why. Well, that's totally different. But yes, it was totally. It's totally American.
Let me say, going back on the arrest me, daddy thing. One thing that I'm gonna be down about, if we pull through this and get anywhere back to something that anyone could call decent, the liberals are gonna make Portland worse than it even is now, because I love Portland. Right? There are parts of it that are awful and hypocritical and all that. It's one of the most fun places in America. It's one of the few cities in America that's different. We have a pretty flat fucking culture in this country. And New Orleans and Portland are two places where I feel like that's not completely true. And if Portland like becomes the sort of, shining beacon of whatever, oh God, it's gonna be so fucking terrible. All the rad people who are in them costumes and doing rad shit are gonna get priced out even further. Be living even further out of Portland. But I'm doing good, Carmen. I got a real good outlook.
Well, DJ, can you explain the Nepal thing to me? I didn't know what you were talking about.
Just basically, there's like all these like so-called like Gen Z revolutions going on. It's like it's all over the place, not just Nepal, going all over the place. And you'll get into a situation where like there are, America, which definitely does this, where they start, propaganda campaigns, and and they control a lot of the social media space. So as it starts to build, and you have NGOs come in and like pay money to different people for color revolutions and everything. And what ends up happening is then they'll go, these governments will be like, listen, we got to get rid of these types of social media. You know what I'm saying? You got to get, there's obviously dissenting, and it's just such a sticky slope, because once you go, hey, we have to take this away from you, even though it's been infiltrated, you can't expect people to, use, especially if you're in a heightened state of like, oh, this is an oppressive government who, doesn't like free speech or whatever. And now you're just in this fickle battle between you and it's always Gen Z protest, and it's just what we do. We do color revolutions. We do it all over the place. We've been doing it all over the place. Get rid of people who aren't like,
So this is just another form of them like staging a coup and to make sure they have the right people in power, et cetera, that kind of shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And Paul, you just posted China. We're going to war with China. Listen, we don't have to talk about all that. But I do believe that's what all these Gen Z uprisings are going on. This thing, same thing happened in Bangladesh a lot. It's going on all over the place.
Yeah.
You put these governments in place. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I do think that our young. I mean, I've said this before. I'll say it again. I do think that young people are getting a failing business handed to them kind of everywhere, just because these like really kind of and surveillance and all of that stuff is being pushed globally. So I do think there is a rebellion, and I think it's righteous, but I do also think it goes back to what we were talking about, that they love being opportunistic. So while people are doing this, then they can kind of weaponize this and like try to make things seem like they aren't, just because these people are like, stop fucking doing this to us. It's for naught. It's just for money. Stop it.
And the next thing you know, Palantir's at your door, and fucking Elon Musk is at your door, selling all their fucking surveillance and fucking all this other shit. Now you're under this fucking dude. Look, it's like such an old. It's like it's old, but then again, we're in this new state of where, especially America, what is it, like 80% of like what's our GDP growth is like in AI and like tech. And there's this huge bubble building, which is fucking wild. You know what I'm saying? Because either the bubble bursts and we're all fucked, or it succeeds and we're all fucked. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, there's no two ways about it. Either the AI succeeds and they're coming in and taking all our jobs, or it busts and we're all gone. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're in this. But because they have already put all their eggs in one basket, there's no putting the brakes on this thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's full speed ahead. But and that's a weird thing about me. And I don't even say this, and like we don't have to get into the whole thing, even though it is a whole thing. And if any of you guys want to, not. But like, I think my whole problem. There's a whole lot of different problems with like comedy washing and the washing of that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? The real and going to the Middle East. And it's not that I have so much of a problem with the Middle East, is that just like all these hedge funds, all these power brokers, all these massive tech companies, all this money is funneling into the Gulf states, right? And like, we know that this is happening. We know Davos is dead. Europe is gone. What are they going to do? They're going to borrow more money from the IMF? Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? We don't know. But the source of money, this Bitcoin, stable coin, fucking crazy energy thing, this is all going to the Middle East. This is why in real estate and all this is all going to the Middle East. And I think that the biggest problem that I have is like when you're talking about selling out the American people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you're normalizing this wealth transfer from America into, you know what I'm saying? This is American workers. This is who I'm mainly talking. I'm talking about the billion. I'm talking about from our livelihoods into this thing, and then acting like we're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Like the first trip that Donald Trump took when he got into office was to Saudi Arabia. They've donated trillions of dollars. Qatar, all these people have donated billions and trillions of dollars and to invest in these firms and these companies and things like this. Like if it's one thing to like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just so wrong to be doing that. I think it's just such
not only that, but to your point, it's like also Teal and a few other people have like exalt, like they've put up like, oh, they have such great ideas about how the future of living, and then you talk about what it is, and it's all very individualistic, very isolationist. There's just like these walls, these buildings that are just walls that have next to no windows. Everybody lives underneath each other, very in their tiny little boxes. No, there's no communal space. Everything's in lines of people. Like I've seen the blueprints of some of the things that they're striving for in the future, these futuristic cities, and it's all very very it's their storage compartments for people, and that's it. And that's the other thing too, is at the end of the day, if they want everyone to just stay in their homes and not do it, like how are they supposed to be able to generate anything to consume? How are they supposed, like, what is the end? How do they make money off of that?
You're consuming data. You're consuming energy. You're like, they want you on that phone. They want you in that fucking that space. They want you create that. You know what I'm saying? Your production for them. What you are producing for them is your data. You're contributing to the algorithm, contributing to this way. It's such a a strange situation to be in, and being like, okay, well, now we have to go out and start doing things physically. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. To beat that, whatever is going on online, you'll never beat them using their own tools. You can't use them against them,
right?
Because they don't care. They don't care what you do. You know what you say. I mean, really, you know what I'm saying? To a degree. Now, to a degree, it does matter. But now they own it all. So who even gives a fuck? Anyways,
yeah, because the hopeful thought I had is that with everything, if AI gets pushed as hard as it possibly can, it's gonna make everything fake and homogenized, and everything kind of like this murky kind of, people don't know what reality is, which I think at the end of the day, if and again, I'm probably talking about people who are I don't know if I'm like intellect shaming people here, but smart enough to get bored of that. You know what I'm saying? That they are going to want to just put their phone down, not be connected to it, and be a person, and kind of, and want to unplug. I think if anything, the hard push for this is going to be a hard push for people to not want to participate. That's the hopeful thought that I have. I don't know if, because that was the whole thing. Sora 2 just came out, and somebody gave me a link for it if I want it, and I haven't fucked with it because I don't like OpenAI. I don't like anything that they're doing because they're one of the companies that are ruining the cool things that AI could be. So it's like, there's, I think all of this dumb shit, like somebody rubbing their best friend's face in dog shit, or all of this dumb shit that's being made, a cat stopping a robber, from all the dumb shit that's being put out, because we can tell now, but as soon you won't be able to, because the more people use it, the better it gets. So then it's like, I don't know, but wouldn't you get bored? Wouldn't you get bored of... Especially when we've lived long enough to know what is real and what isn't.
I mean, dude, let me tell you something. All the boomers at my work, bruh, they in their phone 24/7. Just when it's 24 AI slop all day long. Phones wide open, dog. It's just as loud as they get it. We had 3 of them over there in the corner showing each other AI slop. Hey, you don't see the kids really doing it, but I mean, I'm not gonna speak for all kids, but like, I think the main thing is that the social contract has already been broken. Like it's already been completely broken. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in such a fundamental way. So like, and they put all their eggs in this basket, right? So like we have to create a new space of like forethought, for action, we have to create new spaces away from these things, because like I just don't know. I don't know. I mean, you know, I just think I think that the new social contract has to be built. And it has to be built away from. Yesterday. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I think you also just kind of backed into explaining at least half of the reason 4chan, things like that, were so successful is because they were a new space. And like there's this like craving of 16-year-olds to go find a new space when the regular space is slop. You know, and if you don't create a new space for positive ideas, then the new space is going to be fucking 4chan. That was only half the explanation. The other half of the explanation is much darker. I don't know what I was going to say. I'm sorry.
I do think there is something to be said about that, but also I think the awfulness is also so captivating. It's the same, like I would use like what you're talking about, the 4chan thing at like Blue Sky and X, when everybody was on X. I know so many people that still go on X to kind of watch what's happening. They still have an account to see what's happening, but they're actively using Blue Sky or something like that. Like another space, I don't know, because I was just like, why don't we just make another space? Why aren't we hiring a bunch of like not tech feudalist IT people to make a space where we can where our data isn't being mined, where all of these things, a space like that. And it's just like, well, then how do you get the money to do it? Everything's owned by these fucking 5 companies. There's no way to keep it going.
It's not just money. It's like you build that, and then where do you launch it?
Yeah.
You announce it. And then where do you get the power to run it if it starts being successful? And then, okay, well, we need to make some deals with a town somewhere to put in our data center, because it's going to require that. Well, what town? What town are you going to go to? You know, and that gets back to your point, Carmen. It's like, where are you going to get the money? But it's not just money. It's also structure. I don't know. I don't want this to sound like a complaint, because it's not. I've been guiltier of it probably than both of you, but I don't know if it's just like today or the week. For right now, and I want to talk about this. I want to talk about what I'm about to say. I don't want to talk about it. And in saying that, I'm not saying guys change the subject. I'm almost saying like, I think I've got like a fatigue going on that maybe a lot of people do, of like, and that kind of scares me. Do you know what I mean? Like, the moment is here. Not the moment, but the time period. Fucking Gaza, tech, Plantier, like, evil's at the door. And I'm like, I kind of want a nap. It feels like we've been at least mentally grappling with this since 2020.
Yeah.
And I still don't know what to do. I don't. What is it?
Shark Bus.
Yeah, Shark Bus is definitely the best idea that I've had. That shit gets me high. My favorite idea. It's not my idea. It's my favorite idea.
What's Shark Bus?
Just like going around and like doing mutual aid and like doing, it's the idea that we had before, but like, I don't know.
Oh, like a traveling mutual aid?
Yeah. And so basically it's like, a lot of stuff goes into it. And like, man, I haven't felt, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, dog. The Riyadh Comedy Festival stuff happened, right? And then they came here and they were talking about that new AI movie star, right? And I was like, it is fucking time. It's like, it lit me up, dude. It lit me up. I was like, hell yes, dude. I was like, hell yes. You know what I mean? Like, this is fucking awesome. It's dead. Put it in its grave. Okay, now it's not time for something fucking new. how do you fucking do this? Like, how do you do it the right way, not the way that we used to do it? And like, that's how I've been thinking about, man. This got me so fucking ramped up. Like, I'm like, fuck yes, dude.
Yeah. I mean, having those conversations with you have been the only thing that's ramped me up. I think I'm waiting on that feeling or moment. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should just try to manufacture it to myself. But I just sort of feel like, not even like they won. Like, I don't even understand the battle anymore. Maybe I never did. But when DJ talks about Shark Bus, I'm like, which is shorthand for this idea we've been kicking around in some version for years now of what if instead of just going on a comedy tour, we went around to places. I mean, because there was a time that part of the idea was there was a time there where there was literally a fucking tragedy within driving distance. And before one would wrap up, there was another. Mm-hmm. There was a hurricane, a fire, a flood. It was like there's literally no shortage of places people are going, hey, if you could bring food, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
And it was like, what if we did? What if we just kept doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sat around, made a big fucking pot of chili, had some chainsaws with us, whatever, some extra gas cans, sat around, shot the shit, told jokes at night, or not tell jokes at night, or just tell stories, and like whatever. We put on a fucking Possum Charles fucking puppet show.
I'm down for that.
Because of night, do rad shit like that, and just be there to give a helping hand, be there to like actually fucking contribute anything. Because once again, I know, but like there's never been a time in my life where I have felt like the entertainers of our era contribute nothing. These people contribute nothing. They don't contribute anything, dude. These motherfuckers are there to whitewash and propagandize it. That's it. That's all they're there for. You know what I mean? You can get whatever joy you, but how the fuck have we celebrated these people and like held into any kind of, and it's crazy to come around and be like, yeah, well, you should celebrate me, but not hold me accountable. It's like, man, what the fuck kind of shit is this, man? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are these people? Are nothing, man. They contribute nothing, dude. Anyway,
did we ever?
I feel like I did for sure.
Yeah. Sure. How many accolades and platforms did they give?
Right.
Yeah, but yeah.
My favorite encapsulation of this ever. The first time I saw it, it was sent to me with this reply, this very honest and funny, but also dark reply. Well written on The View. And one of the top comments in the first hour when they posted a clip of it on YouTube was, well, these guys want a cookie for not being racist. And Corey sent that to me and Trey and said, well, yeah. I mean, that's, like he knew it was funny. He knew it was cut right to the core, but he was like, yeah, kind of. I mean, I kind of do want a cookie for not being racist. And I was like, but it fucked with me for a day or two. I was like, no, I mean that. But then I was like, but that's the framework of The View too. I mean, that's part of it. Part of it's the framework of the industry. And I was just thinking about that, not to make myself out to be a victim. I'm not at all, but there's like many well-meaning people who got caught up in this culture war. And I don't think it's quite as cut and dry as like, oh, you're being used, as much as it's like once the narrative or the zeitgeist sort of becomes what it is, you got to fit into it.
Yeah.
Right. Or drown. Or, come up with this new thing, which is exciting. And it is why I think
right,
cool
and of course they're right about you. You don't get it's like Jackie Cation has a great joke where he was like, there was a drunk chick passed out and I didn't do anything, and she's like, there's no parade for you not raping your friend. And at the, you know what I'm saying? And this, it's the same thing. There's no cookie for not being racist. You should also be, but there should also be positive reinforcement for not, and it should feel good to not be racist. And I think that's
what
the
I
cookie.
Realized. You're right. What I realized after thinking about that for a week or whatever was like, well, the problem wasn't that we were like, we're here, we're not racist, give us a cookie. The problem is we were like, we're not racist, and then they started giving us cookies. I mean, that is quite literally how that went down in terms of the first machination of that part of my career. It was, we were entertaining. I'm not trying to take anything away from what we did, and I am proud of parts of what we did. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that like that guy was responding to how it is set up.
Right.
Quite literally, they went, "Oh shit, I can't believe you're like this." Literally, I mean, they said that on the fucking clip. I can't believe that you're like this. Here's a cookie and a fork.
Right, but what you're also the point of this, and it's not just been you, it's been other people before you, but you guys made it to a larger platform, is like not everybody that sounds like us is like this. You're also, there's a difference between, I want a cookie for not being a fucking stereotype, dog. Like that, more that than the obvious thing. Because that was, go ahead.
But I guess I'm saying is like, I don't think it's, I sound like a fucking, I don't know what I sound like. I'll just say it. I don't think the point for any of us was ever to get a cookie. Like Corey joked that it was, but it was like, it was just like, we liked comedy and we want to get paid for it because it's our job.
Right.
But then they gave us cookies. And that was the part that can be a mind fuck. I mean, it can be a mind fuck. You can take it out of politics. You can just say Bert Kreischer got cookies because he took his shirt off. Right. You know what I mean? And it's like, at some point, that's going to, well, then he got more cookies when he started saying, I think I lean a little bit right. And then it's like, you fucking look at mice.
Right. I think the difference is to not chase the cookies. Be grateful for the cookies, but don't chase them, because that's when you end up in a Theo Von situation where you're like, oh, now you're a mess because you've cookied yourself into a corner where you don't honestly agree with at the end of the day, you know?
Right. You shouldn't, and you should be eating Waffle Pockets.
Yeah, exactly. Get some of that Waffle Pocket, dog.
That motherfucker got Waffle Pocket money. That sounds like a Theo Von-ism. You go around my neighborhood, man, fucking Waffle Pockets. That's what we call him. He pull it out, let you gnaw on him, stare you in the eye.
Oh yeah, Ego Dave. You don't know Ego Dave?
He was a lesbian. Well, that got a little too up my own ass, and now I feel slightly, I won't say uncomfortable, but in dire need of not a subject change, but to refocus on the broader thing of like, I think you're right, DJ. I hope you're right. It broadly, like about the world, it does feel like, dude, it kind of goes back to Cat Williams. It does feel like you kind of got to at least try to tell the truth now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to, at least in the circles I'm running in.
Right. I agree. Yeah. And I think it's cool. I mean, I've always thought the truth was cool. I think embellishment for the sake of humor. You know, I don't like that. I don't like that. Did that really happen? I hate that as well.
Oh yeah, I don't mean that. I'm talking about like a big truth, like a deep truth.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
please lie to me about what happened last night. Jesus Christ, you think I want to hear what really happened last night?
But yeah, I definitely want. I think truth is cool, and I think that's the other hope I have, is that young people are also, they're hip to it. They grew up with propaganda being pushed onto them. So I think they think it's cool. I mean, all the young people that I fuck with, that I've met, I mean, they're fucking pretty hip. You know, I think the people who are already brainwashed into, like, I don't know that you, again, it goes back to occultism. Deprogramming someone is fucking difficult, and it takes long periods of time in order for it to work, for people to remember that reality is real.
I don't know if reality is real anymore.
It's not. I'm part of the propaganda to keep you into realizing that this simulation is
You're
real.
Not even on a velvet couch, are you?
No, it's all made up.
DJ didn't get a haircut. There ain't even a white rooster.
There's a white rooster.
Speaking of DJ's haircut, I meant to say this earlier. DJ, in certain angles, when you pause, the bill of the hat kind of looks like a bowl cut. And I want you in a bowl cut more than I've ever wanted anything in my life. I'm going to get you a little bowl cut wig. You can put it on.
Why are you going to emo Phillips DJ?
You're not even real. You're not even real. Hush your mouth. I'm gonna give you a bowl cut wig that you just one time. I want you to put it on, dude. Oh man, in overalls. Imagine DJ in a bowl cut and overalls telling you about the revolution. I'd follow him. I'd follow him to hell.
Mm.
Hell yeah, we're sitting outside around a big old pot of chili, man. We've been working all day cleaning up fucking goddamn. We've been cleaning up storm debris and what have you. And then you get to sit around with a hot bowl of chili and talk to a goddamn bowl cut Bobby or whatever the fuck my name is. You know what I'm saying?
This.
Yeah, man. I'll give
Remember
you
that iconic scene in Time to Kill, where McConaughey goes, "Now imagine she was white."
Yeah.
Do all that, but then you go, "Now imagine he had a bowl cut."
Man, you remember how they used to hit for people back? We've been dude, it's crazy how that shit used to do, motherfuckers.
Yeah, people used to hate racism. Now they hate you talking about it.
You can't.
God, why do you have to remind me of thing that's a fucking still apparent? Wow, God.
Were the 90s a less racist time?
No.
It doesn't seem like it, right?
No, there was definitely no less.
But at the same time, when we had like the whole, everybody was into Big and everybody was into Tupac, and there wasn't really any. I know everybody I knew was like where we lived. Everybody was all into this whole Memphis. Like people was listening to 3-6 Mafia. They was listening to the Dame Family. Like they was listening to UGK. And like some of these people were red as fuck, dude.
Racists are still listening to rap, brother.
Yeah, I think that's
what I'm saying. But it didn't seem that way. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
and I agree with you. Now that has turned into like whatever is going on now.
I think it's because they have people on their phone who can put voice to little voices in their head and then give them talking points that then they repeat fucking ad nauseum. You know what I mean? So you just hear
not only that, but there's no radio. There's no something that all of us are listening to. There's no collective truth. There's no collective culture. It's all being individualistic. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but I would argue that someone like Andrew Tate or Charlie Kirk gets a hold of enough people that you see what DJ, I think, is seeing or witnessing, where he's going, I'm not saying the 90s were less racist, but it seemed like it. Why? Because the racists back then didn't have a fucking Charlie Kirk and then also their own platform to repeat the Charlie Kirkism. And that's my opinion.
Yeah, you'd have to seek it out. It would have been like a Rush Limbaugh. It would have been like a situation like that where you would have had to seek it out.
And you heard Rush Limbaugh in the morning, and then you couldn't go read it again 15 times and memorize it. Like by the time you got down to the gas
everybody
station
who ever listened to Rush Limbaugh,
like an idiot.
And then I listen to everybody who ever listened to Rush Limbaugh and their opinion about it. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is then there's the discussion part of it is like. I'm saying the same thing back. I'm regurgitating the thing that I just heard over and over, and you're hearing it over and over and over again because that's how something ends up being in your subconscious. It's just
I think that's what a meme is. Sure. I know that now we mean a picture that you put, but like the original word meme, I think it is what you just described.
Yeah,
it's like a gene that spreads, but for social interactions. Meme.
Yeah. And they it's the same reason, like, why do I still remember the lyrics to this fucking song that I didn't even like? And it's because it was on passively all the time over and over again in places I wasn't even trying to actively listen to it. So now years later, I still know the words to some dumb song I didn't even like. It's the same thing.
That's wild that you said that, because literally yesterday or maybe today in the gym, Brian was like, damn, ever since we went to that rock festival, I've been listening to rock. I just throw on a playlist from when we were in high school, and I know all the songs.
Yeah. Even
when I don't even know who the band is, I know all the lyrics. And I was like, well, that's because you had not had concussions when those songs came out. Your theory is sounder.
Yeah. It's probably both. Why not both?
Speaking of both Brian and concussions, you guys want to make fun of me? I thought this might be fun. You guys can make fun of me. I was a pretty successful high school athlete. I thought giving a shit about that my whole life. I thought that was like the dumbest thing in the world. And I still do in my heart. But it's the 25th anniversary of us going undefeated in football. And they've been like putting the highlights up. But I don't know if it's because I got a kid now. I don't know if I just finally hit that age, but I'm locked the fuck in. This dude's putting them out every morning, and 1 minute after they're out, I'm in there checking them. I'm texting old people I haven't texted them. Man, look at this. Look at that catch you had. Oh, damn, son. I forgot how big of a badass you were. How you doing? Oh, you went to prison? Cool. How's your mama? She died. All right. Well, anyway, I just wanted you to know that run was inspiring when I watched it this morning. I don't know if I ever told you that back then. I'm full on jock. I'm talking to Brian about it. I was mad at myself for playing bad against Coalfield for 3 days. And then I saw the Greenback film and I bawled out and I got over it.
Mm-hmm.
Brian's been laughing at me all week. I thought you guys might want to.
I mean, I think you just hit Uncle Rico age. I think at certain points, everybody at a certain point, if they did anything cool when they were young, you have to be nostalgic for it at some point to be. I mean, it was greatness.
Isn't that a tacit admission that you at least believe that that's so? You know what I mean? Once you start looking back, is that not because you've stopped looking forward?
Maybe. I think maybe. Yeah.
But that's probably a good thing because I've got an ego issue anyway. When I look forward, I should be thinking about others, not myself. But still, it's kind of old age is a trip.
Well, it's also your body is literally breaking down. You're starting to decay. So to remember, oh, that's right. You're gonna be the old man on testosterone like the rest of these weirdos.
Oh my god, you can tell, dude. This one dude at the gym today was like, "Hey man, can you spot me real quick?" And then I feel like they all have the same breath. I don't know what I'm gonna start calling it testosterone breath. I don't know what it is, dude. But it's like, if I can't tell if you're 50 or 70, but I know you shouldn't have these muscles, your breath smells the same to me. It smells like a robot.
It was like, speaking of the 90s, it's like the old ladies with the coffee breath. You know, the Dorises and the Ethels and the what do you need, sweetheart? It's always those that had like a very distinct coffee breath.
No, I can't eat that. I want to diet. I'm telling you, these men are women.
Yeah. It's what I said 3 years ago.
I know. These men are all women. Maybe this is like a weird rebound response to trans.
Dude, have you heard that?
Visible.
Maybe.
They're like, go ahead, DJ.
Have you heard the theory that they're going to do so much trans investigation that eventually they're all going to be trans? It's going to be like 5 more years and the entire GOP is going to be.
I believe it. They're all gay right now.
Yeah,
dude. They're all gay, and I don't like they've got and I've said it on here recently. They're going to start fucking 17 and 18-year-old boys soon and say that that's manly.
Mm-hmm.
I could totally buy whatever this theory is, dude.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know. What are you saying, DJ? I don't know what you're talking about.
There's just a theory out there that like eventually like they're gonna do so much investigation and looking into it and like conspiring about it that like eventually they're just gonna learn that that's who they are and that they're all gonna be that because they continuously become whatever this thing is that they're against or whatever they.
Have you seen that guy did that long series of videos where he dresses as a woman to prove some esoteric point about, I don't remember what it was, about trans people and women having it easy, but he just keeps it. At some point, even his supporters are like, I think this dude just likes dressing like a woman. I think he did. It's super on the nose. I'm not doing it justice. This dude had this like very staunch, I'm a, what's the word I'm looking for? Not comedian, but like Sacha Baron Cohen. What do people call him?
Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. I don't know. I can't think of the word either.
So he had this like staunch belief that he was that he's like really showing society itself and proving how, I want to say, hypocritical the trans movement was. But like the dude's clearly got some gender issues.
Yeah.
And he looks hotter and hotter as the
Well, yeah.
series progresses. As he's getting more and more into it.
Well, now I mean, you're running the film back as Uncle Rico would. You're running the film back, and you're like, I could do this better. I could do this better.
Well, and he improved through the season, which is what I found in myself, was where I was very proud of 16-year-old me that I grew.
They do build this stuff up in their mind. Like, I think, to me personally, like the whole trans thing, it's just like, it's not, if that's what makes you happy, then like whatever, that's the end of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have much interest in it as far as like pretty curious, but like at the same time, like it's not something, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we're all still trying to figure out who killed Charlie Kirk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time.
If he's dead, there's no body.
Even if he could still be alive.
Coroner report, there's no data, there's no
exactly.
Erica
We
Kirk
got bigger
is
fish to fry out here.
yeah.
Right.
they threw a
You were
WWE
gonna say,
party.
but for these people, they don't have a bigger fish to fry. It seems. What's up with that?
Like, they're obsessed about it, right?
I think there's only three answers I can think of. One is like, I do think one is the one I think you're alluding to, where it's like there's something inside them that they're afraid of.
Right.
And do you follow this comedian Alok, who's trans?
Oh, I love Alok. Yeah.
He or they said something very smart about that, where they were like, a lot of these people, it's not like that they're trans or gay. They're just in the closet about something. And seeing us not be in the closet,
it's the jealousy of freedom.
Them almost disgusted with themselves.
Yeah, because they're jealousy of the freedom, and that's the whole thing. That's why I could never be against any of it. Is ultimately at my core is I am always seeking freedom, the freedom of to be yourself, to let your inner weirdo out, all of that stuff. As long as you are not harming or being predatory, like that, I've always been in seek of that. I've always been admiring anybody that is pushing that. You know what I'm saying? So of course, somebody who's been told their whole life, either by God, by their parents, by society to them, that like harnessing, like suppressing all of that, hates that. I understand it because you've never gotten to feel how fucking cool that feels. So there is a jealousy. There is an inherent hatred based on what most hatred comes from, which is you either not being able to understand or not being able to have something for oneself that is the same. That's why the opposite of love is hate. So it's like you haven't had that. So it makes sense. It makes complete sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. And then I think the third explanation that I've come up with, I do think a lot of people seem to be really, and by the way, this still comes from all the stuff we just talked about. I think a lot of people realize, they admit it, that if this stuff gets more and more acceptable or open, their kids might end up doing it. And for whatever reason that freaks them, I think there's a million reasons that freaks them out. They think they're going to go to hell. They don't want to be embarrassed in their community, whatever. But I do think that's I've noticed that like around here, there's this huge thing of like, I don't care what you do, blah, blah, blah. And also,
but the kids,
it's like they're terrified their kid will be influenced. And to me, I'm like, you're kind of admitting that it's natural. You're kind of throwing the baby out with the gay bathwater.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely gotta go.
We do.
I gotta go.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Patreon.com/gravybabypod if you guys want to throw cash at us. I think and maybe conspiracy babies or something. We'll set up a date. Make sure you guys join the Discord so you can. Do you have anything you want to plug? Oh, Huntsville, right?
October 17th, I'll be in Huntsville. Someone dropped out of a date, and so I've got like 8 more days to plug it and get the butts in the seats. So if you're in or near Huntsville, Alabama, come out. If you're like, man, I live an hour away, I live 2 hours away, that's a lot of gas money, hit me up, I'll get you on the list. Just fucking come to the show. I want them to keep calling me to fill in when it's within driving distance. It really works for my life as a stay-at-home father.
All right, guys, thanks so much for listening. We love you. We'll see you next week. Bye.
you could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets. Like